Hi students, today we're going to learn the preterite of AR verbs. So up until this point, we have learned to conjugate all sorts of verbs, regular AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs, boot verbs, verbs that end in go or yogo verbs. But now we're going to learn the preterite tense. And we use the preterite tense to talk about actions that are completed in the past. Okay, so this is our first form of the past tense. So to form the preterite, basically you take off the AR and you add the new preterite endings. So below are the endings that you add for a regular AR preterite verb. The yo form is going to end in A. Tu form is going to end in aste. El usted form will end in O. Nosotros will end in amos. So notice that this is the same as the present tense verb ending. So in order to indicate whether we're speaking in the present or in the past, you're going to need to have an indicator word. And we'll go over those a little bit later. The vosotros form will end in astes, and the ellos, ellas, ustedes form will end in aro. Okay? Please notice that the yo and the el, ea, usted forms do have an accent over their endings, and that is always. They always have an accent mark. So let's just do one example over to the side here. We'll do the verb hablar. So remember, we're going to take off our ending and add the new ending. So I spoke or I talked. Hablé. You spoke or you talked. Hablaste. He or she spoke or he or she talked. Habló. We spoke or we talked. Hablamos. Same as our present tense. You all in Spain spoke, hablasteis, and they spoke, hablaron. So it's just like conjugating present tense verbs, except for this time they're in the past, so the endings are a little bit different. A couple things that I want to go over really quickly. A couple of important vocab words. We have a couple on our list. These are words that will indicate something's happening in the past. One of them is the verb ayer. This means yesterday. Another word might be anoche, which means last night. Other words that might be helpful if you have mes, or semana, or año, followed by the word pasado. That means last something, so last month, last week, last year. So for right now, those are the only ones that we're going to cover, but there will be more that come up. The other thing is that a boot verb does not have a boot in the preterite tense. So there are no boot verbs in the preterite tense at all. So the conjugations of the verb pensar would be just normal. So you're going to take off your AR ending and add the new endings. So yo pensé, tú pensaste, él pensó, nosotros pensamos, vosotros pensasteis, and ellos, ellas, ustedes pensaron. So that is all for the notes for today. Make sure that when you come to class, you come prepared with any questions that you have on this topic. And don't worry, we will spend some more time on it, so I'll make sure that you are ready to go for your test.